I spent a brief amount of time in Finland, basically on trips where I've stopped over for a day, but this is the longest I've been in Finland, in Helsinki. I mean, the people are nice, the food is good, the hockey's been wonderful. It's been a good trip. Well, I've been a journalist for 33 years. My company in the United States is the third largest newspaper company. We own 33 newspapers that stretch from Alaska down to Florida. So I have a good time. Well, back home I cover Congress. Back home I cover the U.S. government. Here I had planned to come here for the tournament for vacation. And then I met some people from USA Hockey who, when they found out I was coming here, said, well, you should get press credentials and maybe you should try to write something. So I said, fine. And I've written 2 stories since I've been here about some of the players and some of the personalities who are here in Helsinki for the tournament. And they've been fun stories that have been picked up by newspapers and widely read. One story was about Matt Carl and Nate Thompson, who play for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They're both from Anchorage, Alaska, and my company owns the paper in Anchorage. So I wrote that story for them, which they put on their sports page, and they were very happy to get. It's hard in the U.S. and because the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on right now, and I think a lot of hockey fans in the States, their energy is more focused on that than the World Championships. It's different in Canada. I mean, Canada cares about all things hockey more, so this means a lot to them. I mean, this is their sport. We're, by comparison, newcomers to the game. So it's not, I wish it had more interest back in the States, but quite honestly, it does not. I started playing when I was about 13 years old. I grew up in Philadelphia and was a Flyers fan and a huge Bernie Parent fan. So I started ice skating and I started playing hockey and I became a goalie. I'm still a goaltender. I play about once a week in Washinton DC. If I'm lucky, I get to play twice a week. But it's, once you start playing hockey, it's really, really hard to stop. It is just a wonderful game. And there are a lot of good people in hockey. And it's such an international sport. It's played in most countries. Hockey got me here. You see the world through the game. I mean, I've been to Canada. I went to Switzerland to a hockey tournament. I'm hoping to go to the Olympics in February in Sochi. I would love to go to some of the other championships the Federation has in the lower pools because I believe the lower pools were in Turkey and in South Africa earlier this year. And I think it'd be fun to go there and see hockey there, particularly to see hockey in some place like Turkey, to see how the sport's progressing there. So, no, it's just been, it's a wonderful game. In the United States, we're getting a growing minority population. You're getting more African American people playing the game. You're getting more Hispanic people playing the game. The National Hockey League has a program called Hockey is for Everyone, where they help support some 32 minority-oriented youth hockey programs across the United States and Canada. So they're aware of the changing face of hockey, and they're helping out because hockey is a very expensive sport. A lot of people can't afford to play the game because the equipment costs a lot of money. The ice time is expensive. So these programs help by providing either free equipment, free instruction, free ice time. And a lot of minority youth are taking advantage of that. They will show well. I mean, I don't know whether or not they'll win a gold, but they'll represent the United States very, very well, and they play hard. I think the strength is they looked very fast. They have speed. They have youth. I think their goaltending is good. Ben Bishop is a young goaltender, but he's huge. He's 6 feet 7 inches tall. Takes up a lot of net. Their number 2 goalie is John Gibson. He won 2 gold medals in the Junior World Championships. He just won one last December in Russia and won one in 2011 in Germany. So they've got some depth in goal. They have some veteran defensemen. Matt Carl, who I wrote about. He's been in the NHL for a number of years, is a very good puck-moving defenseman. So they've got some talent there. A lot of the U.S. players have some international experience. The goal is to leave Finland. I want a Finnish junior national team hockey jersey, which they don't seem to sell around here. So I'm trying to find one. I've got my line on one. I found a company that makes it. I just have to bridge the language barrier and explain to the owner of the company what I'm looking for and whether or not I can get it in time before I leave to go back to the United States. I'm embarrassed to say every city I visit and every country I visit, I try to buy a jersey if the city has a team, if the country cities has a team, or if the country has a national program. All told, I have about 30 jerseys at home. The more travel I do, the more jerseys I'll get.